Now we have got these two terms, r upon z is equal to cos phi, xc minus xl upon z is equal to sin phi. But how do we get these terms? So let us go back to trigonometry. So this is our right angle triangle. Let us say this angle is phi. This angle is phi. So this is our width, this is our r. This is our r and this is our xc minus xl. Now in this case, what will be this hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is, let us say this hypotenuse is z. Z is equal to r square plus this xc minus xl square and under root of all this. So this is our z. So here we have the value of z. Now what is sin phi? Sin phi is, this is our perpendicular, the side in front of angle. So sin phi is simply xc minus xl upon z, hypotenuse. So that's why we get this sin phi. What is cos phi? Cos phi is simply base upon hypotenuse, that means r upon z. In this way we are writing this is cos phi, this is sin phi. Now how to calculate this phi? So again let us divide this. Let us divide sin phi upon cos phi. What we get? We get tan phi. Tan phi, and tan phi is simply xc minus xl divided by r. So this is we get because z and z cancels out. This sin phi is above, so xc minus xl divided by r, and phi is equal to tan inverse xc minus xl upon r. So this is very similar phase angle that we have got using the phasors method. Substituting this equation, this into equation 7.31, we are putting this value and simplifying, what we get. So we are substituting these values, r by z and this xc minus xl upon z. So let us write this equation. So this equation we have qm omega z, and this r by z is cos phi. This is cos phi, and this is cos omega t plus theta. Omega t plus theta. Now we have this xc minus xl upon z. This is sin phi plus sin phi. Sin phi, and this is sin omega t plus theta. So this is our equation. Let us use one trigonometric identity. Identity is cos a minus b, where a and b are two different angles. So cos a minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So this is our trigonometric identity. So let us compare this trigonometric identity with this equation. So cos and cos a is equal to phi, and this b is equal to omega t plus theta, and this sin a phi and omega t plus theta. So we can write this as cos a minus b, or we can take this term here, this term as well here. So phi becomes b, and this a, because it is symmetric in cos, so phi is b and omega t is plus theta is equal to a, because it does not matter if we change a or b. So sin b sin a or cos b cos a, it is symmetric in cos. So what we can write? We can write this cos a minus b. A is omega t plus theta and b is equal to phi. So cos a minus b, a is omega t plus theta, phi is b, so minus phi. So symmetric functions are those in which we change a and b and those will not change. So what we have done, so this is the value of a, this is the value of b, and we have put in this equation. So qm omega z was already there. This whole term is solved to cos omega t plus theta minus phi. It must be equal to this Vm sin omega t. So we have used trigonometric identity and we have reduced our equation to this new equation. So this is Qm z cos omega t plus theta minus phi is equal to Vm sin omega t. Let us compare left and right side of this equation. So on comparing, what we get? So this on comparison we get, let me remove this thing. On comparison we get Vm is equal to Qm omega z. Qm omega z. Qm omega z is equal to Im into z, because omega is again a type of frequency, so we have written it to be Im, where Im is equal to Qm omega. And let us compare the angles. Let us compare angles. So theta minus phi, this theta minus phi is equal to minus pi by 2, because here we have sine, here we have cos. So theta is equal to minus pi by 2 plus phi. But how do we get this equation? So let us see that how do we get these equations. So first of all, this is angle part, this is angle part, here this is angle part. So remaining part, this is amplitude part and this is amplitude part. So on comparing the amplitudes, Vm must be equal to Qm into Z omega. So again, from Ohm's law, what we know, Ohm's law, we know this Vm must be equal to Im into Z. So from comparing we get Im is equal to Qm omega. In this way we get the value of Im. Im is equal to Qm omega. Now what about this angle? So again we have to use a trigonometric identity. So angle we are comparing. So cos omega t plus theta minus phi. This we are comparing, but this side we have sine. So we have to use this identity. Cos of theta must be equal to sine theta minus pi by 2. So this is our identity. So what is theta here? Theta is omega t. A minor correction in this identity, this is plus pi by 2. And in reverse, when we do it in the reverse way, so sine theta, when we write sine theta into cos theta, then we get minus theta minus pi by 2. Theta minus pi by 2. So here we have sine theta, so we are writing in terms of cos theta. So sine theta, so theta is omega t. So we are writing in terms of cos. So omega t is this theta minus pi by 2. Now let us compare angle with angle. So this omega t plus theta minus phi must be equal to omega t minus pi by 2. So omega t and omega t cancels out. So what we get? Theta minus phi must be equal to minus pi by 2. So theta minus phi must be equal to minus pi by 2. So let us do some mathematics. Let us take this phi is this side. So what we get? Theta is equal to minus pi by 2 plus phi. So this is the value of theta. This is the value of theta. Theta is equal to minus pi by 2 plus phi. And phi we already know. It is tan inverse xc minus xl upon r. Now current. Therefore current in the circuit I is equal to dq by dt. We know current is dq by dt. This is current is Qm omega cos omega t. So how do we get this value of current? Because dq by dt we have already calculated here. Dq by dt, this is current. So current in the circuit I is equal to dq by dt Qm omega cos omega t plus theta. So this Qm omega, what we have get here, Im is equal to Qm omega. So this is Im, this becomes Im, this cos omega t plus theta, or I is equal to Im sin omega t plus phi, because we have put the value again using the identity. Let us put this I is equal to dq by dt is equal to Qm omega cos omega t plus theta. So this was our equation, and this Qm omega is Im, this is Im, and what we have, cos omega t plus theta. Let us put the value of theta. So theta is minus pi by 2 plus phi. So Im cos omega t minus pi by 2 plus phi, this is the value of theta, and cos theta minus pi by 2, as we have seen in the previous identity, cos pi by 2 minus theta, cos theta minus pi by 2 is equal to sin theta. So what we get, Im sin omega t, and this is plus phi. Now this quantity, this omega t minus pi by 2 has converted this into sin theta. So what we get, I is equal to Im sin omega t plus phi. So now this thing also converted into sine. So Im is equal to Vm upon Z. So Vm upon Z is R square plus Xc minus XL whole square, and phi is equal to tan inverse Xc minus XL upon R. So in this way we have calculated both of these terms, Im and phi. Im and phi. So thus the analytical solution for amplitude and phase of the current in the circuit agrees with that obtained by the technique of phasors. So even with the phasors, the same thing we have got, Im is equal to Vm upon Z. So here we have got Vm is equal to Imz, Im is equal to Vm upon Z, and Z is R square plus Xc minus XL square, and phi is tan inverse Xc minus XL upon R.